that is classification of mutation. Mutations can be classified on various criteria. First one is based on the origin, that is how exactly they are originated. If it is happening naturally in nature, it is called as natural mutation. That is what actually is happening all through ever since the life forms have existed in this universe. So this natural mutation has actually led to the production of evolutionary concept in biological field. When looking at the changes which is beneficial by natural methods, human beings actually started artificially inducing the mutation for his or her benefit, and these are called as artificial mutation, or it can also be called as induced mutation. Again, mutation can also be based upon where exactly it is seen, that is what type of cells are actually being affected or those cells which are being involved. It can be somatic mutation or gammatic mutation. Somatic mutation means the mutation takes place in somatic cells. These somatic mutations are not heritable, that is it is not going to be propagated to the next generation. For example, any alteration on the skin of any person, that will not actually be propagated to the next generation. However, gammatic mutation is actually very dangerous or is of high significance, because whatever alteration takes place in the gametes, either sperms or ova or pollen or as ovary, wherever it is, if this mutation or alteration takes place in these gametes, that will be propagated to the offsprings. Next type is based on the type of chromosome which is being involved. For example, it can be autosomal mutation. If autosomes, that is autosomes which are involved, then this is called as autosomal mutation. And if the sex chromosomes are involved, they are referred to as allosomal mutation. Please remember here, autosomal and allosomes, if it is in the gametes, then of course autosomal mutation is also going to be having a very high significance in propagating to the next generation. So the next one is based on the direction, that is classification of mutation based on the direction. One is forward mutation, the second one is reverse mutation. Already I have told you that any native genotype which is going to be observed before undergoing mutation, that is called as the wild type. If there is any alteration in the genetic makeup of the wild type, then it results in the formation of a mutant. So from wild to mutant is called as forward mutation. But in nature, that it has got its own repair mechanism, so that it comes back, that is it gets revived back into the old one, that is the wild one. So the mutant will again go repair itself and come back to the wild type, then it is called as the reverse mutation. Remember here, from the wild to the formation of mutant, it is called as forward mutation, and whereas from the mutant back into the native state of genetic makeup, that is called as a reverse mutation. In reverse mutation, the mutant is the one which is going to get altered into the original genotype. However, for the identification of this type of phenomena, the mutant, when it gets altered into the original genetic makeup, we will be calling such an organism as revertant. So you should be knowing what is a mutant, what is wild type, and what is a revertant. Next is based on the size, that is based on the size of the genome which is being involved. One is point mutation, which involves one or two or few nucleotides of the genome wherein we find the alteration, that is called as point mutation. It's also called as gene mutation. The second one is gross mutation, wherein several nucleotide stretch will undergo mutation. So this means a small bit of chromosome itself is going to get altered by various methods. Then it is called as gross mutation. That is, it is happening in a higher size. So gross mutation is also called as chromosomal mutation. Remember, point mutation can also be called as gene mutation. Gross mutation will also be called as chromosomal mutation. Next one is, once the mutation takes place at the genetic level, there can be or there need not be any phenotypic alterations. When there is no detectable change in the phenotype of an organism, even though the mutation has taken place, such mutations are called as silent mutations. Second one is leaky mutation. By chance, any alteration in the genetic makeup, if it causes an amino acid substitution which eventually ends up in reducing the activity of the enzyme or the protein or any other biomolecule which is wherein it is responsible, such a case we call it as leaky mutation. In leaky mutation, there will be alteration or deterioration of the function of that particular mutant. Next comes nonsense mutation or chain termination mutation. This is nothing but by some alteration in the genome that leads to the sequence on mRNA which will be the termination codon, that is UAA, UAG or UGA. If UAA, UAG, UGA comes on the mRNA, then obviously immediately the chain terminates. That is, polypeptide chain will immediately stop itself translating into the protein. So that leads to premature termination of polypeptide. Hence, silent mutation, no detectable change in phenotype. Leaky mutation, alteration in the enzyme or the protein which is formed. In nonsense mutation, premature termination of the protein synthesis takes place. So it is harmful. Next comes the natural mutation. Natural mutation is also called as spontaneous mutation because here there is no intervention of any human being. Spontaneous mutation occurs suddenly in a slow pace in the nature and its origin is totally unknown. They are also called as background mutation and have been reported in many organisms such as Enothera, maize, Drosophila, mice, man, etc. How does spontaneous mutation or natural mutation takes place? This takes place mainly due to several mechanisms. Of that, the mechanism of tautomerism is actually very much important. So this natural mutation takes place in a very low percentage, that is to an extent of 10 to the power of -7 to 10 to the power of -12 per organism. Of this, frequency of detectable mutation is 1 in 10 to the power of 6. This is the very less amount of mutant formation by the natural mutation. When we come over to the concept of what exactly tautomerism is, this is nothing but the ability of the molecule, in this case it is nothing but the nitrogenous bases, to exist in more than one chemical form. Let's see how exactly it exists. The normal DNA bases are adenine, guanine, cytosine and purine. We all know that adenine and guanine are two ring structures and they are referred to as purines. However, cytosine and thymine are single ring structures and they are also called as pyrimidine. There is always pairing between one purine and pyrimidine. So, adenine always pairs with thymine, guanine always pairs with cytosine. Guanine pairs with cytosine by 3 hydrogen bonds. However, adenine pairs with thymine by 2 hydrogen bonds. In the case of tautomeric forms, what exactly happens is adenine has got this simple structure that is the amino group, and cytosine also has got the amino group. In the normal sense, adenine and cytosine both will occur as an amino states, but due to some factors it gets converted into immunoform, where there will be rearrangement of hydrogen molecules. So adenine also gets converted into immunoform. Likewise, cytosine also gets converted into immunoform. Similarly, guanine and thymine, normal case, they exist in keto form. Guanine also exists in keto form. Thymine also exists in keto form. But due to tautomeric shift, that is slight rearrangement, guanine gets converted into enol form, that is OH form. Here keto form gets converted into enol form, and thymine also gets converted into the enol form. When this happens, there will be mispairing. So of all the 4 common bases of DNA, adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine, they have unusual tautomeric forms which are however rare. That is, existence of tautomeric form of these 4 nucleotides are very rare. So in such a case, what exactly happens is, see that this is the wild type genome, whereas ATGC on the strand is going to pair with TACG on the other strand, which are nothing but complementary normal pairing, and here amino group is existing in an amino form itself, that is adenine is existing in a amino form. When this DNA undergoes replication, this strand is going to prepare the daughter strand, which is exactly complementary to this particular strand. However, due to the action of mutant, this particular strand will get slightly altered, wherein the adenine, which was in amino form, has got converted itself into imino form. That's the only alteration which has taken place. That is, amino group adenine has got converted itself into imino group. When it gets converted into imino group, instead of this pairing with thymine, it will pair with the cytosine. So this is not the normal case. So this happens. Then in the next generation, when this strand is going to replicate, this immunoform, which is not normal, that immediately gets converted back into amino group. So it becomes, that is, it gets back into the native form, amino group adenine, and the corresponding strand will be having a exactly wild type genotype. You can see here in this generation, this exact genome is similar to the exact genome like this. In this case, the opposite strand, when it undergoes replication, ACGC, here ACGC on one strand will get a complementary strand, that is TGCG. So this is an unusual form. This we are not supposed to get. If it is a normal case, how much ever it replicates, the wild type native genotype alone has to be there. Instead, in this case, there is alteration. That is, thymine has got converted into cytosine. Here, pyrimidine has got converted into another pyrimidine. That's why it is called as transition. So it is also nothing but base change from AT to GC, and this is the mutation which has occurred due to the tautomerism, which is seen naturally or in the nature in a spontaneous manner. This is just a compiling. A tautomeric shift may occur in thymine, changing from keto to enol form to rare enol form. Natural base pairing in DNA is A to T with 2 hydrogen bonds, that is adenine pairs with thymine and guanine pairs with cytosine. In tautomeric forms, these are capable of unusual or not normal base pairing. In an unusual case, thymine pairs with guanine. Guanine pairs with thymine. Likewise, cytosine pairs with adenine, and adenine is going to pair with cytosine.